Shalom Mishpacha. I hope you're having a wonderful day no matter where you are. And it's good. It is another day that YAHUAH has made. And I'm glad that we can do another video. And this video is for the new, those are new into the truth. And around this time, or around this season, I guess you can call it, there are a lot of pagan holidays going on. And since we are into the truth and we just found out we don't celebrate those things anymore. So it might create a sense of loneliness because we're not with our bloodline family, our family that we used to do these things with. And we might be asking ourselves some questions, especially those that are new into the truth. So I wanted to try to provide some encouragement to you and pose some questions that you might ask, and hopefully some answers with scripture, and just to keep it moving, you know? Because one of the first questions that they ask, or I should say you might ask yourself, is, am I doing the right thing? You know, we wake up and YAHUAH wakes us up and he blesses us, he lifts the veil off. And we see the world differently now. We see what it is for, or what it is known for. And some of us might have a tendency, well, it was easier to go back over there, just like the children of Yisrael. You know, when they were leaving and into the wander in the wilderness, they wanted to go back to Egypt. Some of them, they complained because they thought their life was easier. Well, that's what I wanted to say. Don't go back, no matter what. Don't go back, no matter who's over there, friends, family. It's just not worth it. It's worth it to, you know, please the Most High. That's why we're here. We're here to worship Him. We're here to love on Him and to spread the news. You have been one of the chosen that the Most High picked to wake you up. So no matter how you woke up, where you woke up, when you woke up, stay awake. Like our master Yahusha says, stay awake because you never know when he's coming. So another part of this is just remember how you felt when YAHUAH woke you up. You know, remember how you felt, because I felt great. First, I felt a sense of rage because of all of the lies. But I had to put that on myself a little bit too, because I wasn't in the scriptures as much as I should. But I have to admit, I felt anger, rage, or whatever you want to call it. And there's still a bit of part of you that justifiably feels that way, because you're like, wow, man, I was misled this whole time. And you were part of that. Whatever congregation you were called, or you were there, not called, but you went to because it was passed down in your family, you know, it was part of that. It was part of that deception, you know. Whether you find out that the tithes were wrong, you know, that it's not every 7 days, it's actually 3 times a year that YAHUAH calls for that. But you found out tithe is just, you know, food and grain. And whether you found out that the pagan holidays were wrong, or if you found out that the Shabbat that they worship or assemble is wrong. So just remember, these are very important things that you need to ask yourself. And remember saying, hey, these are important to YAHUAH. The Torah was never wiped away. So if your congregation does these things, I can't be a part of it. So also, remember what the Messiah said in Matthew 5:17, or Matthew in English. Remember, he said he came not to destroy the law or the prophets, but he came to fulfill. You know, not a yod or a tittle or anything. That means a dot, a line, or anything of the law will be destroyed until heaven and earth pass away. Heaven did not pass away. Earth is still here. We're still under the under the firmament. Yeah, but we're still under the Shalom. My bad, Mishpacha. But yeah, they didn't pass away, so the law still is here. So if they're celebrating this, or I should say, if they're saying the law has been wiped away with the death of Yahushua, you know that's wrong, because he said it himself. There's there's 17 precepts in the scriptures that I could point you to that says that the law is not done away with. Now, I made a video on that, a short video. I'll link it here into the description so you can see that as well. And there's many other teachings out there besides mine that say the law is not done away with. So hopefully you feel better with that. Am I doing the right thing? The second question you might ask yourself, or some people might ask, is saying, I miss my family. They are having so much fun. Okay. It may seem like that on the surface, and preferably all of your family is doing well. I don't wish anything bad, but it may seem like they're having fun or doing these things in the surface, but underneath they don't always know what they're doing when it comes to these false holidays. They're worshiping other Elohim. They're not worshiping the true and living YAHUAH. You know, it may seem like they're having fun, and we were just once partakers of that, but we've been called out. We've been called out, and we've been called out to show them that this is not the way to do it. You know, we don't celebrate these things. All these pagan holidays are lifting up false mighty ones. And we don't want to do that at all, because our YAHUAH told us that there will be no other mighty ones over him, because he is a jealous mighty one. So there's no other mighty ones over him. So that's what these pagan holidays do. Remember, the adversary, all he can't create like YAHUAH can. All he does is replicate and corrupt. So he tries to mimic YAHUAH's feast days, which are in Leviticus 23. These are the things we should be doing. And he tried to put his false holidays on. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, Halloween, I mean, even when I was in Christianity, I kind of felt that was wrong. Like, no way. And I just found out about Christmas. That's one of the things that I woke up on. And Jeremiah 10. That's what I mean. Jeremiah 10, 2 and 5, man. That woke me up big time, and I thank YAHUAH forever. And it was right there in the scriptures the whole time. But you don't go there and you don't look at or study the prophets, because Christianity conditions you to say the law is wiped away. And it's not true. It's not true at all. So, do you really want to be a part of that? I mean, in the end, do you want to be a part of that, of lifting up false mighty ones? Because when it's all said and done, you are going to have to stand before YAHUAH and give an account to your life. Not one family member can vouch for you. Nobody's going to be there. Not one family member. And you're going to have to give an account. And you can't say my pastor said this, or my family member, my family passed it down or told me to do it. No, it's all on you. You have to do everything in decency and order, all in righteousness and following the Torah. And then the Torah, all these holidays aren't biblical. None of these pagan holidays are biblical. You can research every one of them, and they all have a history behind it. Someone else was celebrating it, and there's nothing to do with our Creator. There's nothing to do with it. So just try to keep that in mind, family. The third question that you might be approached, and they will, some of your family members or former family church members might say, they'll try to use Hebrews 10 and 25 or Hebrews 10 and 25 and say about not forsaking the assembling of the saints. And, I would have to say this. This is my counter. I've written some things down for you, but I would ask him with a question. I would answer. That's what Yahusha did with most of it. When he was talking to the Pharisees, I would say like this: do you assemble with doctrines or people that don't believe the same thing that you do? You ask them that. That's one of the first things. And if they want more clarification, I say, okay, do you assemble with people who believe in the adversary or the enemy? And they might look at you, disgusted, like, no, as they should. So you're like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you understand that concept. Number two, I would say, do you believe in the names, the true names of YAHUAH and his son Yahusha? That's the next question. And if they are stammering, if they're quiet, or if they don't say yes, or, that's that's something else for you to question and let them know. And if they say any other name besides those two names, I wouldn't rock with them. You can say to them, hey, that's why I don't assemble. That's why I don't assemble with you, because you guys don't believe the same doctrine I am. Remember Acts 4, 10, and 12. Do not be unevenly yoked with unbelievers, for what partnership has righteousness and lawlessness? So just tell them that, and that's all I have to, say, Mishpacha. I hope you're encouraged with that, letting you know that you're going into the right direction, and we'll see you next time.